The year was 1985. Synthesizers wailed, guitars screamed. A new kind of energy crackled in the air. It was the decade of big dreams, even bigger hair, and a constant underlying tension. The Cold War loomed. Technology surged forward. Life moved faster than ever before. Samantha Miller, a typical teenager with fiery red hair and a Walkman permanently attached to her ears, felt the pulse of the era in her soul. She loved the music, the clothes, the feeling that anything was possible. Little did she know, something extraordinary was about to happen, something that would change her life forever. One humid summer night, Samantha found herself drawn to an abandoned amusement park on the edge of town. Rusted Ferris wheels scratched at the sky. Ghosts of laughter echoed through the crumbling arcade. The air thrummed with a strange energy. It called to her. As she touched the chipped paint of a faded carousel horse, a jolt shot through her. It was like static electricity, but 1,000 times more powerful. Samantha stumbled back, heart pounding, a strange humming in her ears. The carousel lights flickered, then burst into life, bathing the decaying park in an eerie glow. Fear warred with fascination as Samantha stared at her glowing hand. It pulsed with the same energy that now thrummed through the abandoned amusement park. What was happening to her? What was this power? She experimented cautiously. A touch of her hand could illuminate a string of dead bulbs. A thought could send a rusty swing set swaying. The more she used her newfound abilities, the stronger they seemed to become. The static was no longer just a feeling, it was a part of her. But with this intoxicating power came a sense of isolation. Samantha couldn't confide in her friends. They wouldn't understand. They'd probably think she was crazy. So she kept her secret, practicing her powers in the dead of night, her only companions the ghosts of the amusement park. One night, as Samantha practiced levitating a discarded bumper car, a figure emerged from the shadows. Tall, with eyes that glinted in the darkness, he spoke in a low voice. So the rumors are true. Fear coiled in Samantha's stomach. Who was this man? And what did he want? The man introduced himself as Dr. Albright. He knew about her powers. He had been watching her. He claimed to be a scientist, researching people like her, people with extraordinary abilities. Samantha, desperate for answers, found herself confiding in Dr. Albright. He listened patiently as she described the night her powers emerged, the feeling of the static, her struggle to control it. He explained that she was a part of something bigger, something incredible. He promised to help her understand and control her powers. He spoke of a secret facility where others like her trained, honing their abilities. It sounded like a dream come true. A way out of the loneliness, a place where she could finally belong. But deep down, a sliver of doubt lingered in Samantha's mind. Something about Dr. Albright's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. The abandoned amusement park, once her sanctuary, now felt like a cage, its faded neon lights a reminder of her isolation. The year 1985 wasn't just about vibrant colors and catchy synth pop. It was a time of deep division. The Cold War cast a long shadow over everything, fueling paranoia and distrust. The threat of nuclear annihilation was a constant weight on the world's shoulders. Samantha felt this weight keenly. News reports spoke of escalating tensions, of proxy wars, of near misses. The adults in her life seemed to be holding their breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Her powers, once a source of wonder, now felt like a burden. What good was the ability to light up a Ferris wheel when the world teetered on the brink of destruction? What difference could she possibly make? One day, while walking home from school, Samantha saw a group of protesters clashing with police. The air crackled with anger and frustration. She heard snippets of their chants, "No more war! Peace, not bombs!" Their words resonated with the fear and uncertainty she felt deep inside. Despite the fear and uncertainty of the time, there was also a sense of hope in the air. People were coming together, raising their voices for peace and understanding. The music of the era reflected this yearning, anthems of unity, calls for a better future. Samantha found solace in the music. She blasted her cassette player, letting the music wash over her, drowning out the noise of the world. It reminded her that even in the darkest of times, there was always light to be found. One afternoon, while exploring the abandoned amusement park, Samantha stumbled upon a hidden room. Inside, she found boxes filled with old photographs, faded posters, and stacks of vinyl records. As she sifted through the dusty treasures, she realized this had been someone's sanctuary, a place where they had sought refuge from the world. Among the records, she found a collection of protest songs from the 1960s. The music, though decades old, felt strangely relevant. It spoke of fighting for what you believe in, of standing up for what's right, of choosing hope over fear. As Samantha listened to the music, a spark ignited within her. She may not be able to single-handedly fix the world, but she could use her voice, her powers, to make a difference. Samantha couldn't ignore the pull of her powers any longer. She needed guidance, someone to teach her how to control them, how to use them for good. But she couldn't shake the feeling that Dr. Albright wasn't being entirely truthful with her. His promises of a safe haven felt more like a gilded cage. Driven by a newfound determination, Samantha decided to confide in someone she trusted, her best friend, Lisa. Lisa, with her bright smile and ever-present pack of bubble gum, had always been a source of strength for Samantha. To Samantha's surprise, Lisa didn't bat an eyelid when she revealed her powers. In fact, Lisa confessed that she had always known there was something different about Samantha. She had seen the way she could make things move with just a look, how she seemed to attract electricity. With Lisa by her side, Samantha felt a surge of confidence. They dove headfirst into researching everything they could find on paranormal abilities, from old books on folklore to grainy documentaries about ESP. They practiced controlling Samantha's powers in secret, turning the abandoned amusement park into their own personal training ground. As Samantha honed her powers, she began to understand their true nature. It wasn't just about controlling electricity or levitating objects, it was about tapping into something deeper, something within herself. She realized that her powers were connected to her emotions, her energy. When she was angry or scared, her powers raged out of control. But when she was calm and focused, she could direct them with precision. It was like learning to dance with lightning, to harness its power without getting burned. Lisa proved to be an invaluable partner, not just in helping Samantha control her powers, but in reminding her of the importance of using them responsibly. They talked about the kind of impact they wanted to make, the kind of world they wanted to live in, a world without fear, without war, where everyone could embrace their true potential. Samantha knew that her journey was far from over. There would be challenges ahead, dangers to face. But she was no longer afraid. She had found her purpose, her strength, and she was ready to face whatever came her way. The news continued to paint a bleak picture of the world. The Cold War raged on. The threat of nuclear war loomed large. But amidst the darkness, Samantha and Lisa saw glimmers of hope. People were rising up, demanding change. They were speaking out against injustice, fighting for equality, and demanding a better future. Inspired by this growing movement, Samantha and Lisa decided to use their voices and Samantha's unique abilities to make a difference. They started small, organizing events at their school, raising awareness about important issues, and encouraging their peers to get involved. Samantha discovered that her powers weren't just about spectacular displays of energy. They could also be used in subtle ways to amplify her voice, to inspire others, to create a sense of wonder and possibility. She used her powers to create dazzling light shows at their events, drawing crowds and attention to their message of hope and unity. Word of their activism and Samantha's extraordinary abilities spread beyond their small town. People were drawn to their message of hope, their unwavering belief in a brighter future. Samantha and Lisa became symbols of a generation yearning for change, a generation determined to create a better world. As 1985 drew to a close, Samantha stood at the edge of the abandoned amusement park, gazing up at the night sky. The stars seemed to twinkle with a newfound brilliance. The world was still a messy, complicated place, full of challenges and uncertainties, but she had found her place in it. She had learned to embrace her powers, to use them for good. She had found her voice, her purpose, and she had found her tribe, a group of people who shared her dreams of a brighter future. The future stretched before her, a tapestry woven with threads of hope and possibility. The neon lights of the past illuminated her path, a reminder of the lessons she had learned, the challenges she had overcome. Samantha smiled, feeling the familiar hum of energy thrumming through her veins. She was ready to face the future, to fight for her dreams and to light the way for a new dawn. The year was 1986. A new year, a new beginning. And Samantha, armed with her powers and her unwavering spirit, was ready to meet it head on. The world was changing, and she was changing with it.